my gorgeous babes? Welcome to another video. Welcome to the fun side. Welcome to the lit side, to the growth side of my life, and hopefully of your life if you're willing to join the journey with me. All right, we're gonna jump right into it. And I'm gonna tell you guys why I haven't been posting and some of the things that I've realized when it comes to my life and where I want to be. Okay, first of all, no, I have not been consistent. I've struggled with inconsistency and hard work because I've never necessarily been believed to be able to do it. And the reason I struggle, since nobody believed for me to do it, nobody ever helped me up to a standard to get things done or do things on time. I ain't even hold myself to that standard, okay? And I realized that's the reason why I attract so many bare minimum type of things in my life, with jobs, with people, with everything, the people around me, friends, my circles. Everything has always been bare minimum for a very long time. I've never really been the type of girl to have, you know, how everybody else have their requirements and what the specific things they want in a guy and having their own preferences. Girl, I ain't never had that. As long as you look good, as long as you could contribute something, as long as I love you, we was good. We was fit. We was going together real bad. Y'all, but now that I'm 20 and I'm about to be 21 and time is catching up on me, baby, I'm looking at my life like, hold on. Maybe the girls ain't lying. Maybe I do need some preferences. Maybe I do need that consistency and that seriousness when it comes to my life and my decisions. Don't get me wrong, I do love people for who they are. I do want to see people for where they at and where they going. But let's be honest, me having a life where I wasn't expected to be anybody has really made me a nobody. My in and out, like, everyday routine has literally been sleeping, eating, sleeping, eating, sleeping, eating, getting up, talking to people who I know don't even mess with me like that, who don't want to check for me like that, who really ain't even on my side like that. I've been all up people's butts and ain't nobody coming to check on me. It's been times I've been real down and depressed. I've been posted and I don't got the support that I just effortlessly give everybody else, okay? So yes, now it's time to really take a deep dive into me. Like, why am I stalling myself? Like, why am I making myself the worst version of me? Why am I comfortable with that? You get what I'm saying? Like, it's getting uncomfortable being uncomfortable now, but before, like, why was I so okay with mediocre? Why was I so okay with the problems that were coming in my life, with the negativity in my life, with toxicity in my life? Why was I so okay with pain and problems and strife? Before we get to that, let's tackle what the things are that we're going to be doing on this channel and the important things that we're going to be looking at and want to transform in our lives. Okay, number one, baby, we putting down all them popsicles, all the snack cakes. It's time to live a healthy life. We picking up some we picking up a gym bag. Okay, baby, we picking up the broccoli, we picking up the celery. Okay, we picking up the aloe vera juice. Okay, picking all that stuff up, and we putting down, guess what? We putting down the negativity. We put down the toxicity. We're putting down the letting myself down. We're putting down the putting everybody else before me. We're putting all that down and putting it away and throwing it away. Okay? I noticed recently that I have been, and maybe I should get into this too. A lot of times when you hear people talk about generational curses, I feel like there's just this heavy thing over it where people are always making it seem like it's some voodoo, like negativity, like it's bound to happen type stuff. When really, baby, it ain't nothing but habits. If you see your parents portray a certain habit over and over and over again, you subconsciously begin to think that that's okay or that it's normal. For example, my mom went through domestic violence, okay? And when I would see the abuse, both mental and physical, I would begin to think that that was okay. Not saying that I've been like physically abused, but I'm saying I began to think that when couples fight or they put hands on each other, or when couples say bad things about each other, or do like the little tit for tat, I thought that was okay. I used to think that that was love. That was just how relationships work, okay? And what I really didn't realize, I was not born for a love like that. Like, let's be honest, okay? I love Ella Fitzgerald and Louis Armstrong, baby. I was not made to wrestle and tussle with you. I'm trying to dance with you in the middle of the night. Like, I am not trying to fight you. Why would I be trying to fight you? Like, that is weird. Love and fighting don't work with me. It just don't work with me. And it's easy because we get so wrapped up in social media to think and to perceive all this stuff as normal and okay. But baby, let's be honest. Do you really want a relationship where y'all be play fighting? You want your kids to see that? And you think that's okay? For your man who's supposed to protect you to be beating your behind? You think that's okay? But it's more than that, y'all. It's not just like the things I've seen with my mother and her abuse. It's even the way that my mother would handle situations. My mother was obese, and y'all, like, I would see her, the way that she would handle her problems literally has a direct effect on me. I kid you not. And it's so hard for me to even really, like, now to even notice that I'm doing the same things that my mother did. And I loved my mother, okay? Don't get me wrong. I know a lot of things I come off and I'm gonna say on this journey when it comes to my mother, it seems like I'm painting her in such a negative manner, but I love my mother, okay? And it's not to, and even with my father, I love my parents. They did their wrongs, okay? They had their rights. And it's not to put them down. It's for me to realize where I'm at and where I need to be based off of how I grew up. So that's just, let me just say that. But back to what I was saying, the way that my mother would handle problems, the fights with my father and the problems that came with her own health, my mother did not care about her health. I hated her for a very long time because I felt like she did not care for us, and she killed herself knowing what she had to do to get better in order to stay around for us. Knowing that we needed her, she decided to neglect that, and not to be strong enough. Now that I'm getting older, I'm realizing it wasn't her fault that she wasn't strong enough. I feel like my mother didn't have the resources to have that kind of angel on the shoulder to say, hey, like, you got kids, you got to do better. And I wish she did. I wish she was here, because me being 20, y'all, it's so much stuff I need my mama for. It's ridiculous. Now, I wish, you know, I wasn't so envious of other girls around me and other people around me, because sometimes it feels like you want to have that type of person to lean on. You get what I'm saying? To learn to have wisdom from. And not having that for the last 8 years has been very difficult. Extremely difficult, you know. It was like the way that my mother would eat to compensate for her feelings, I began to do it. Even like dibbling and dabbling, like with different type of substances. Like, I'm not gonna say everything on YouTube, but, you know, dibbling and dabbling with different things. That was something my mother did. And those are also things I resented her for, because I would ask her to quit. I would ask her to stop. I remember one time I told my mom that if I brought home honor roll, and that's probably why I never got good grades after that. If I brought home honor roll, I wanted her to stop smoking. And y'all, it ain't even funny, but my mama did not quit. I got honor. I tried my hardest, and I was really doing bad before then. I think it was probably elementary school. Yeah, I tried my hardest, and I had one of the toughest teachers to get honor roll, and my mom did not quit. There were so many times where the doctors would tell her she couldn't eat this, she couldn't eat that, and we would be kind of that angel that's on her shoulder saying, hey, Mom, you got to eat this, you got to eat something different, you got to eat healthy, and it would never happen. And I feel like I don't give her enough remorse, because she was going through so much, having 5 children, having a partner that was very abusive to her, both physically and mentally, battling her own demons and her own problems, having so many problems going on with her health. I know she felt like her world was crashing and ending. And yeah, but just seeing that, which, like I said, I don't want to blame my mother for her own problems, but just seeing that it's made me neglect my health. It's made me neglect everything about myself, my beauty. It's made me neglect so much. And I feel like, and it's sad, but now being like 50 pounds heavier than I was, it's hard to say, but I don't even recognize myself. I could dress it up. I can make it look pretty. I can make it more presentable. But the truth of it all is I feel like an alien in my own skin. Like, this is not the girl I'm supposed to be. And I remember I was watching an interview with David Goggins, and he was saying something that keeps him motivated. He imagines that when it's his time to go, when he goes before God, one of the things that he keeps in his mind and that he imagines to be true is that, you know, God will look at him and say, hey, you know, like, look at you, look at what you've done, look what you've become, how far, what have you accomplished? And he'll tell God what he accomplished, and he's all knowing, so he already knows. And then he'll pull out a sheet, and it'll tell him who he was supposed to be. And that stuck with me. And then he said something also where he was just like, you know, he wants to be so good that God tells him, I had to pull out more paper to write about you. You know, you surprised me. You shocked me. You know, there was things in your life that I didn't even know you had the power to unfold and to make vanish out of your life. And I want that. You know what I'm saying? I want the power that my mother didn't have over her life. I want to be able to say, when I lay down and I'm done with, I empowered so many people. I want to say I lived a great life. I want God to say, not even me, I want God to be able to look at me and say, hey, you know, you weren't supposed to be 180 pounds. You were supposed to be 125. And you were supposed to lead women, you know, and you were supposed to make them feel great about themselves. You're supposed to make young girls who've been through poverty, molestation, and problems, you were supposed to make them find pride in themselves. You're supposed to guide them to the same thing that I've helped you get to. You get what I'm saying? Like, and with that being said, y'all, it's a lot of stuff we have to break and that we got to get through our head. I know I was kind of all over the place. I should have been planning for videos, but something told me, get up, get the content out. I was sitting in the house, not doing nothing, eating and sleeping, eating and sleeping, eating and sleeping. And I realized I'm wasting my life. My mother died at 41. I'm 20. And for me to say I have not impacted anyone's life, for me to say that my story, with all the pain, with all the problems, was for nothing, whew, that would hurt so bad. To say that it was molestation in my life, people hurt me in my life, and that wasn't used for God's glory, that wasn't used to help somebody, some other little girl get off her feet, that would hurt extremely, knowing that that pain in my life took me under and it did what the devil wanted it to do. That would hurt me so badly, y'all. And I just want to come. I want to tell y'all, you know, I love you guys. And I know this video was very sudden, but something told me to just get up, do it. I've been sitting on my butt all day. There ain't no reason to be sitting on my butt all day, okay? And it was a reason to just get up, put the camera up, set tripod up, record. You know, I love you guys. Get to it. Stop faking. Stop faking like you want to be like everybody else. Stop faking like you're enjoying the life that you have. Don't fake like you enjoy being obese. I know, and that's a very controversial thing to say, okay? And I agree with the body positivity movement, baby. I think you should enjoy your skin. I love the skin that I'm in. But for me to act like I don't want to be in a better position, that's ridiculous. I'm not doing it. Not for nobody. Sorry. No, but to pretend like I'm not finna be somebody else in a few months, it's ridiculous, because I will be. And you will be, if you want to be, and if you choose to be. Follow along. Stay tuned. I'm going to be doing a lot more fitness, body, just moving my body and getting myself together. A lot of like, what am I eating in a week, meal prep videos, cooking videos, because like I said, I want to be able, when everything is all said and done, I want to be able to stand in front of God, and I want him to be able to say, you made me right more for your life, you know, more than I didn't even expect. Do you know what I'm saying? He's all knowing. And to say that you did more than I even expected you to do, that means so much to me, just like it meant to David Goggins. So I'm gonna link that video. Check that video out. You need a little pick me up, you need something to get you together. Point of this video, do not let the patterns you've learned, do not let the things that you went through stop you. If you know you're uncomfortable with living an uncomfortable life, it's time for you to find a new source. And I know that might be painful, but it's time to look at motivational things. It's time to look at things you probably wouldn't have looked at before. Because the truth of it is, baby, if you keep going back to when you was 5 or 4 or 10, and all you could go back to was how your mother or your father reacted, and that's also trauma for you, you're not going to get anywhere. You're not going to get anywhere. I want you to be your best self, the best version you can be. So like I said, when you get to that crossroad and you're looking at God, he's able to say, you are who you were supposed to be. You didn't waste anything. You didn't waste potential. You are exactly who you were supposed to be. You went out, you took that step, and you let me lead you where you were supposed to be. You know, I love you guys. Stay blessed, stay loved. I love you. Mwah. See you later. I just